Good morning. Happy Sunday. Give ourselves a moment here. I was thinking of this screen as the Bodie Bunch, not the Brady Bunch, but the Bodie Bunch. So as we file in, let's just enjoy seeing our screens populate. Welcome everyone. My name's Elizabeth.
I'm John.
My husband, John. And we're happy to be with you. Thank you for being here on this beautiful day. At least when John and I are looking outside a window here at a little tiny patch of green in the middle of Brooklyn, which is a reminder of what's outside these little boxes, right? What's outside these little boxes. So it's beautiful that we were able to be here, and very nourishing, I feel, to have this time together. John and I look forward to it every week. This is really a time of real refuge and a source of grounding for us all to have this moment together and to enjoy this moment together. As Lama often says, we get to do this. We get to do this, and how fortunate we are to have this time that we have many of us carved out, and it's just part of our routine each week, right? Very special. And so I just want to remind everyone that it's wonderful to treasure and to appreciate what Lama has given us in this format, and just to remember that any kind of support of the Dzogchen Foundation is also support in this continuing transmission. So any financial support is really appreciated and important. I also wanted to mention that if any questions come up as we're practicing together today, to jot them down if you want, or put them in the chat later, and we'll do our best to address or at least clear out anything that you might want to talk about. So now it's sort of the invitation for me anyway, is to shift gears a little bit, just to notice here we are, and to take a moment maybe to notice the space you're in, to notice your seat, where you're seated, couch, bed, floor, chair, to really feel into that and to enjoy looking more deeply, and to take it in and really arrive, because so much of what we can be when we're not aware is just moving through, as Lama says, sleepwalking, right? There's an ease with which sometimes we do that unawares. So this is a great moment. This moment is a great moment to really arrive and consider this sacred pause as a kind of mini retreat. This moment is a moment where we can really take pleasure in our community, feel gratitude for our benefactors and teachers and loved ones. So Lama Roger says, we take refuge in the Triple Gem to realize that we are none other than that, which I love. So as we take refuge in the three jewels today, we can find a safe harbor in the Buddha himself, in the Dharma teachings, or things as they are, and with each other, this wonderful community. And we can invoke also the invisible array, the vast lineage of enlightened beings throughout space, throughout time, who, for example, our loved ones, our teachers, our benefactors in our lives, as well as wise elders and Lama Surya Das, pets, and all beings. Sanje soran sukni choknam la jangchu padu daki hyapsuchi daki jinsok jipe sonam ki drola penshir sanje rupa shok. In Buddha, Dharma, and supreme spiritual community, we go for refuge until fully enlightened. By the power of all six perfections, from generosity to non-dual wisdom, for the sake of all beings, may we realize Buddhahood.
So good morning, everybody. Sorry about the technical difficulties. That was all me trying to be helpful, but things don't always go as intended. Anyway, I want to share what I've been working on this week and what's been on my mind, which is flowing from the recognition that Lama Surya always teaches that there are two things going on in our practice. I think Suzanne mentioned this last week. There's both the swooping down from above and the schlepping up from below, and thinking of those in terms of kind of the absolute non-dual Dzogchen view of the world, in which everything is the natural great perfection and there's absolutely nothing to be done or practiced. And as Lama likes to quote Shunryu Suzuki Roshi as saying, you're perfect just the way you are, but you could use a little improvement. And so the little improvement corresponds to all the relative practices that we do, the chanting, prostrations, the different kinds of meditation, because in the real Dzogchen view, we have non-meditation. But for me, I think for many people, and the way Lama teaches it, there's also these relative practices that may help put us in a frame of mind where we can just relax in the view. And so I've been trying to have beginner's mind recently and go back to the very beginning of when I started practicing a few decades ago of just following the breath. And I've heard Lama say that we'd be lost without just that following the breath meditation. So I wanted to invite us to do that for a few minutes today. And I wanted to add something that I found just incredibly helpful. I was listening to something on Tricycle's website. A teacher, Beth Upton, was talking about whole kinds of meditation that I have no intention of trying myself, but she was talking about following the breath, and she said something that really resonated with me. So I just wanted to share it with you folks, which was not just trying to stay with the breath and kind of okay, now it's my job to stay with the breath. She said, your mind won't do anything it doesn't want to do. So you have to get it to want to focus on the breath. And so her advice was realize that you can love the breath and appreciate the breath and be grateful for the breath and enjoy the breath and enjoy the way it feels. And you can also just relax into it and also give yourself the permission to not have to attend to anything else. And so in that sense, it can almost feel like a pleasure and a relief to just focus on the breath. So that's what I wanted to invite us to try just for the next few minutes. And you can pick any point, but often the kind of edges of your nostrils. Let's just enjoy and relax and enjoy the feeling of the breath going in and out. And, if mind wandering happens, just bring it back to that. But just the simplest of practices, and have that beginner's mind, see what it feels like. And if it feels good, that's not a problem. It's a fringe benefit.
So now that we've been enjoying the sensation of the breath and staying with that sensation, let's begin again with a little chanting. Chanting is a different invitation or another invitation into presence through embodiment. So it's another way of noticing the breath, feeling the air moving in and out, and the sensations being the whole body. So it's a beautiful, another shift and another way of inviting us into presence. And in my experience, chanting, as you do it, the chanter or the singing can fall away into just sound. And from the sound, whether it's the actual doer, the singer, or the chanting, and any chanter or listener can have it just the sound give way into just sound and just hearing. So there's a beautiful shift that can happen. So you can trace that back and back. And the invitation here, as we chant Om Mani Padme Hum, I'm going to do a number of different tunes, is to just rest the busy heart and mind and be merging into what is and softening our hearts. So this is really an invocation into wisdom, but it's wordless on some level, right? All of these things are wordless. It's beyond words, it's beyond sound. So just marinating together. Om Mani Padme Hum. Om Mani Padme Hum. Om Mani Padme Hum. Om Mani Padme Hum. The jewel in the lotus. Om Mani Padme Hum. Om Mani Padme Hum. Om Mani Padme Hum. Om Mani Padme Hum. Chenrezi, Avalokiteshvara's mantra. Om Mani Padme Hum. Om Mani Padme Hum. Om Mani Padme Hum Ri. Om Mani Padme Hum Ri. Om Mani Padme Hum Ri. Om Mani Padme Hum. 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 Love for all beings. Om Mani Padme Hum Ri. Om Mani Padme Hum Ri. Om Mani Padme Hum Ri. Om Mani Padme Hum. Om Mani Padme Hum. Om Mani Padme Hum. Om Mani Padme Hum. Opening our hearts. Om Mani Padme Hum Ri. Om Mani Padme Hum Ri. Om Mani Padme Hum Ri. Om Mani Padme Hum. Om Mani Padme Hum. Om Mani Padme Hum. Om Mani Padme Hum. Om Mani Padme Hum Ri. 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 Om Mani Padme Hum. May all beings be healed and happy. May all beings be free. Om Mani Padme Hum Ri. 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 Om Mani Padme Hum. Just emptying and making room, being aligned with what is. Om Mani Padme Om Mani Padme Hum. Lung for all beings, complete and alive. Om Mani Padme Hum Ri. 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 Om Mani Padme Hum. 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 Love for all beings. Om Mani Padme Hum. 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 Mutual reciprocity and love. Om Mani Padme Hum. Om Mani Padme Hum. Om Mani Padme Hum. Om Mani Padme Hum. Softly. Om Mani Padme Hum. Internally. Om Mani Padme Hum. Om Mani Padme Hum. Om Mani Padme Hum. How simple can we be? Om Mani Padme Hum. Om Mani Padme Hum. Om Mani Padme Hum. Om Mani Padme Hum. Let all the air out. Just let's rest in the natural state. Just this moment, only moment. Letting come and go. Just letting be. Opening everything, letting your jaw drop, everything drop and release, decontracting, relaxing. Body like a mountain, breath like the ocean's waves, and mind like the sky.
I wanted to say a few things about swooping down from above and about the Dzogchen view, and then we'll get right back at it. So the swooping down from above view is the exact opposite of the schlepping up from below view. The schlepping up from below view is there's somewhere to get, there's a path, there's something that needs to be accomplished. The swooping down from above view is there's nothing to accomplish, it's all already there. There's but the single non-dual conscious experience, and there never can be anything outside of that. So you're already done. You quit now. You know, you can go to the gym. It's nice to go to the gym. Yes, you'll get stronger. Yes, your mind will get clearer, more focused, more lucid, but doesn't change the fact that, spoiler alert, everything is already consciousness. That's all there is. That's all there can ever be. You are that which you seek. You're already it. I've been reading for a while this kind of seminal Dzogchen text. This is translated by Namkhe Norbu, who is the Tibetan master who landed in Italy and taught there for years and years. Lama refers to him often. And this is written in the first person by Kunjed Gyalpo, also known as Sumatrabhadra, also known as Kuntuzangpo, which is the primordial Buddha. And so every chapter begins with Sumatrabhadra kind of introducing himself, and he says, "Listen, great being, I am the supreme source, pure and total consciousness. All phenomenon are me, myself, and from the beginning, all is in the authentic condition of my nature." So, honestly, this book says that 5,000 times in a row. Like, everything's consciousness, it's all consciousness, it's just consciousness. If you read it long enough, you might believe it. But the other reason I wanted to bring this up was because the other constant theme that's just repeated chapter after chapter is essentially the Dzogchen swooping down from above you of making fun of every kind of relative practice. And the fun thing is it names them and then mocks them and then says that's not the real thing. Here in highest yoga, Ati Yoga, Dzogchen, we just realize that we're all it, it's already it, everything's already cooked. That's all there is to it, and we don't need to make any effort, so we just relax. That's it. So, anyway, with that in mind, let's go back to it, because there is something wonderful about doing both of these and doing some relative practice and concentrating the mind a little bit, but then also just like resting in the mind-blowing awareness that this is all already it, and there's absolutely nothing that needs to be accomplished but like the awesomeness of the consciousness that we share. So with that modest kind of, it's not a goal, notion in mind, let's sit for a few more minutes and just enjoy the Dzogchen view. Relax, because there's nothing else to do. two things. We're doing open awareness meditation. It can relax more, or it can pay more attention. And if it chooses the pay more attention kind, it has to do it without effort, because attention is already all there is. We're made of it, every single thing. Every distraction is all its own kind of attention. So don't sweat it. So really just relax more.
The Vajraguru mantra. Om the Guru that is within us, as us, at all times. Om Guru. Merging as one voice. Om pure presence. Om Imaho. This is it. Nothing missing at all. So as we close our practice, let's dedicate the merits of this beautiful prayer by Nyosho Kempo Rinpoche. Through the merit of this, may the light of the Buddha's precious teaching remain for ages to come, the ground for every single kind of benefit and happiness. May all the supreme holders of the teachings who uphold its living truth accept to live for eons, and their lotus feet stand firm. And so may the sun of altruism and well-being in all its blazing splendor shine the brilliant light of the study and practice of Buddha Dharma throughout every corner of the universe.
Looks like we have maybe some questions.
Thank you for putting some questions in the chat. We'll give it a whirl. There was a question about the doer.
I see. It's a whole conversation.
It's a whole conversation.
So Ed asked, can you say something about what I am not the doer means, if anything, to you? I mean, honestly, I almost think you should answer that,
well,
having just done that beautiful chanting.
Yeah, I was speaking to that a little bit earlier, actually, or hinting at it, just that pure process, you know. I think non-doing comes when we become completely absorbed, 100%. And sometimes a great gateway for me is music, because I love music, but it could be anything. It could be doing the dishes or gardening or dancing or reading or, you know, just being. But sometimes we need a little aid to slip into an experience of non-doing, or not being the doer, being the persona or the individual that we identify with automatically so often. But we can be liberated from that in many kinds of supportive practices and just life with little reminders. I certainly give myself little reminders that help me try and touch into that. But of course, Dzogchen practice is the ultimate non-doing, or a non-doer experience. But sometimes we need a little help teasing us into that.
Thank you. Let's see, there's another one. Glenda writes, thank you. As we all get off track once in a while, in attraction or aversion, have you all agreed what to say, a phrase or a word to say to the other when you see your loved one has gone off track?
I love
we
this.
may have to get back to you on that.
I don't know that we have a word. That's great, Glenda. Thank you. Love that. This is great advice.
I feel like
we should have thought of that.
I feel like that's more homework for us than
it's only been like, almost 40 years,
answer.
But we actually don't have a specific word.
All right, we'll work on that and get back to you. Thank you all so much. It's been wonderful practicing together, and I hope you all have a lovely rest of your day, and look forward to seeing you next time.
Wonderful being together.
Yep. Bye-bye.